Hello guys, welcome to a build review. I was just thinking what to say there. I haven't really planned this out, have I? So anyway, we're back for another build review, and this time, yet again, we're going to be doing something completely different. It is going to be a ship. Yes, a ship. What's more than better to start off with, it is Revells 1 out of 144 scale HMCS Snowberry, the Flower Class Corvette. My phone's just going off mad. Basically, this is going to be my entry into my own group build, the ship group build. So if you guys, your phone goes off whenever you start recording, that's really great. Anyway, this is going to be my entry into my own ship group build that everyone's hosting. It's going to be running on Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. So if you want to, guys, follow me along. It starts from the 10th of March and it runs to the 10th of September this year, 2018. So naturally, if you don't get the dates mixed up, whatever, there you are. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. Chose this over the Queen Mary, I have to say. Really apologise about that, but it's a lovely kit, guys. I know Mike Cohen did a review on this kit on his channel, and it is very nice. He's also done a brilliant build on it, so please go and check out his channel as well as the review he's done. But this is going to be a full build, so this might take a while and a lot of parts to make. But in reality, it's going to do quite a while, because as you can tell, it's a side opening box kit, and the box art, like you just saw, is absolutely beautiful. Here's the side opening box, of course. Don't know why Revell can't make top opening boxes, but will be Revell. So actually, it's the Corvette. It's actually made in 2016. This kit, so it's not old, and it's beautifully built as it is anyway. So it's brand new instructions. And of course, naturally, you got all your parts and your colour callouts. So we've got plenty of parts on here. Now, apparently, we only don't use where it says black. So that's 2 parts we don't use. There we are. So pretty much, there's loads and loads of mouldings for this kit, as you can tell. Very nicely printed as well. Also, it tells you where things to go and anything else like that. So we've got the main hull of battery to start off with, and yeah, it's basically you just follow the instructions, obviously, and make the build. So I am looking forward to this kit, guys, because it's a big build. It's nice and colourful and interesting, you see. And of course, naturally, that's the colours we're going to be. So yes, I'm going to build Snowberry. There's naturally other ships you can build if you want. I think the most famous one for the British film industry was the HMS Compass Rose, which is famous from a famous film called The Cruel Sea. I've watched that a couple of times, but I managed to watch a scene the other day in which the Corvettes that survived the Second World War was in the film. So naturally, I'm going to be doing Snowberry. It got me in the mood to build it, and it's a nice colourful ship, really, to tell you the truth, guys. But more importantly, it is a huge kit. It's actually the whole piece that's here. Naturally, I haven't had anything out of the bags yet because it's all like that. One thing I do like, it's typical bags that's been sellotaped up. You just take the hull out. So the whole part's like that. There's no flash. Just have a quick look. There's no flash at all. So it's pretty much taking up most of this space of the build. Well, the building desk sort of thing. Oh, actually, I think we might have run into problems. Might have just warped a bit, I think the framework has. But in reality, it's a big boat, pretty much, guys. Very big. So yeah, actually, this is a big ship. So what we're going to do is crack on with the build because, oh actually, there's a bit of flash. We're going to crack on with the build. I think the main part is to put the whole parts together first. See what I mean? So we're going to put the whole parts together first. There's beautiful whole moulding on the side here. And then once that, we'll make the stand so naturally you can have something to sit on while we're building up around it. And then once that's done, we'll crack on. We'll pretty much start everything, really. And that's how it's going to go. So here we are, guys. The hull is pretty much done. Let's check the camera, see if you're in focus. Yep, you are. It's going to be a bit wobbly up there. Yep, camera's shaking a bit. But we're going to get everything pretty much in place. So naturally, normally I pretty much use the actual Tamiya bottles, well they're at the back there, but because naturally it's going to be kind of welded together, we're going to have a go at using the Revell contactor. Now I'm not too bad at this stuff. It's not too bad. Oh, look at that, it's already flowing. Not too bad, just use plenty of it. It should be alright, so to speak. So he says. Okay, so this main part, this is what number? C14. That fits in. How's it fitting? Like that. So I believe some around the back here, this welder. Yeah, it says it on the back, 2016, a Revell kit. Not bad, not bad. Right, so while we're at it, we're going to put the other things into place. We've got the main screw now. Apparently, you don't have to glue this, but personally, I am. Just drop a bit of glue in there. Make sure that stays in place then, like so. And naturally the rudder sits in there. Now normally I won't put the rudder on until last. No, because of like it being knocked off. Whatever. Like so. Yeah, it's not. Hold it in place a bit longer. No. Oh well. So anyway, let's put this piece together. Actually, I'm just going to pop some in the holes right here. Two. Put some dots along the edge. Like so. Put the whole together, if I can actually see where I'm going. Okay, just like so. Okay. Now most people have actually said that apparently I ramble too much on my videos. If that is true, guys, then just let me know or whatever. But I think you guys have already pointed pretty much clear I do. So yeah, I think that's an issue for me. I do ramble a lot, I'm afraid. And of course, we all know the phrase, don't we, from Monty Python. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on these edge here. Come here. Like so. Make sure that fits in perfectly. Now the other problem is we actually have to try and get all of this into place with holding the other part. So now I have to tape it all up together. If this stuff is actually stickable enough. Put that around like that. And flip over. That's pretty obvious, you do one side and the other side pops off. So it's just slightly, see what I mean? The one end and the other end pops out. Typical. Like that. Oh, come on, what's up with this now? See what I mean? These things do take time. No wonder I put this for 10th September for everyone's build to start doing. Okay, so that's put in place. Flip this over, and now just the back bit to do, which is this piece. Which that fits in there. Come here, you. That fits in place. Come on. Like that, apparently so. Right, so now we got another problem. I've got to hold this in place while actually just let this dry. Great. Joys of model making. Achieve that? Yeah. Right. I don't know what I'm going to do now, but I'm going to be stuck here now while you guys are just waiting on me.
A few moments later.
Okay, the hull is now complete, it's now dry, and everything else under the sun. It's taken a while to do, so I still need to sand the back down because that was a real issue. So it's still dry and it's still giving me some aggro, so I have to hold it in place like that, I think, for a bit. I do not know. Anyway, it's giving me a pain, so I think the best thing we can do is try and leave it to dry. But whilst we're doing that, we're going to put what known as the bow and the hull of the poop deck, as I think it's called, in. I think that's what they call it anyway. If not, then I do apologise to those people who, you know, say whatever about these ships. Right, come on. Okay, it's a bit tight fitting in. Once it's in, it's fine. Like so. Okay, so I'm actually using the Tamiya glue back. I've gone back to Tamiya glue because it's nice and thin, pretty much, so that can actually be placed in, no problem. Rather Revell because it's actually thick glue. If you get what I mean. Like so. Right. If that's actually the case or not. Okay, so leave that to dry once again. Try that one. Now the other one, go put the bow in place. This is going to be much harder now this time. So I'm just going to actually add the thick glue. That's if it will actually work for a change. Try it away. If you actually heard that, I think that was my stomach making a weird noise. Don't know why they do that, but hey ho. And if this will... There's the trouble with these Revell glue in these caps like so. It takes ages for them to come out because the glue is literally just backed up and it just blocks it, which is typical, as they say. Oh, okay. No, nothing come out. By the time you waste all this, you could have... Oh, actually, it's come out now. Okay, all across there. Like so. Get this in place. Right, okay. Oh, actually, hold on. This guy just took out a shot there because I'm just trying to get it all in position here. Okay. I'm not sure about this back bit, what we're going to do here. Is that supposed to be like that, or is it supposed to be a gap made? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so somehow. Either way, just going to tape it up again. Like so, once again. Tape everything up, but that sits like that into there, but oh well, I think I'm just going to have to try and figure something out, guys, but either way there's a problem with how it fits already, so I'm just having a quick look. Right, so these are the parts for the looks like the stand. Again, we got injected pin marks, but they seem to be on the opposite side, so you won't pretty much notice, which is actually a pretty good idea, Revel. But they are still visible. But I think I'll sort stuff out once it's all glued up, pretty much. But we get ahead, we pretty much put them together. Quick, nice build. 2 seconds. First, would help if I have some glue actually. So, just on there. That one. So yeah, I'll just do this together, then we'll explain how the build's actually going. Because naturally, I am actually really enjoying this build whatsoever. Because I think naturally, starting to get into ship modelling is actually not a bad thing for me. I'm enjoying it, so I mean the only modelling I don't do is pretty much sci-fi. Now, as you know me, the only sci-fi thing I have interest in is War of the Worlds. So I'm still trying to get that Pegasus tripod. Still am. But anyway, that's for another day. So I just dropped a touch of glue just on there. Wipe that bit up. Oh, okay. So it's just taking the plastic away on the, so you can see a hole there. Right. So that's that. Let's see. It fits in alignment. Should do. I think. Anyway. So as you can see, the hull is actually really nice. Not fitting like that, does it? Or it's supposed to be the way around. No, like that actually. That fits in pretty darn good. So now that can actually help with holding in place while we put stuff on. Right, so yeah, it looks pretty darn good. Now the only problems I've had with this kit is, well, so far anyway, is this back part, the stern pretty much. Naturally you got the two hull sections, and then like you saw before, they had this part at the back where the what are they called again? The anti-submarine drop things. What are they called again? Oh, it's getting on my nerves now. I'm not remembering this stuff. Depth charger. That's it. Took me a while to think about that, but yeah, they obviously fit onto the back. This plate does, and it didn't quite fit well. So I've had to put some filler on the outside, well, as known as sprue glue by many people, around the outsides and the insides there, and I just sand it down as best I can. But the only reason we can tell is if we prime it. So I think that I'm happy with that. It's all sanded down pretty much well. The rest of the hull is nice welded detail across on the bow there, stern all the way across. I think now the next step, what's telling us in the instructions, is to put the stabilizer. Is it stabilizers on the hull? I don't know. But anyway, there's like thin sections of metal, steel, or whichever's to build this across the side here. So that's that to be done then. And of course, then you got the screw on the back to go in place. But I think I'll leave that for another day. Apart from that, it was really cool, guys. Really cool. Very nice. So I'm going to let that dry now. So we've got the boat, well, the Corvette sat on the stand, and now that stand's just going to let it sit like that, and yeah, it's looking really processing on.
Day 2.
Okay guys, here we are. The main hull is all pretty much done. Now we're just going to recreate this back part, which is just across here. So I'm just going to put some glue down. That's if it will want to work. Come on, are you working? Are you actually working this glue? Come on, I guess it's not. That's blocked all the way through. Oh, hold on. Okay, so what we're going to do is just going to put a tiny little droplets down on the bottom here. Make sure it's all in place across the bottom, like so. So now we've actually cut the actual pieces out. It's actually really good how it sits together, really, because of how it is, really. Oh. Across the bottom there, like so. On the inside of here. So I really like how this kit is engineered for like different parts and that, because of how it actually sits on the base itself from other pieces, really. Kind of complicated to explain. If you notice across here, you'll actually see that there's some parts to where it actually fits in place across there. And also, of course, make sure you know which way you're actually gluing this back piece up. So, and across the back there. Right, so now put some glue on these end pieces here, like so. Just have a quick check on here, like so. This back piece then fits onto there. That all squeezes in together to form this back plate. Okay, so that's actually gone together pretty well, which is pretty nice. I keep saying pretty nice. Just check to this side, let's check. Back here. So I'm just going to place some glue across the back here. Like that. Right, that's that done. So, just going to make sure this is all set down. Doesn't look too bad. Just obviously needs a bit of pressing down in order to ensure it all goes into place, like so. These pieces keep falling off this build. It's ridiculous. Anyway, right, I'm just going to tidy up a few areas, press this down. We'll see where we get to then, really. So as you can tell, some surgical work has been done to this top part here. As you can see, it's all been sanded down. Try the best I could to make it level, but yeah, I think that's the level I'm going to get unless I start taking away the detail, really, guys. Apart from that, the other part is actually done. This is obviously the funnel stack and of course a bit of cabin, I guess so, of course. And of course they fit on there like that. Like there. So I've just attached them together and left them to dry pretty much. I'm not going to fix them onto the top of the deck just yet until I've painted everything up pretty much and put the main main camouflage onto there. So that's where I'm at the minute with this. I think what the aim is to get most of the cabins and the decks all sorted, and then once that's done, then I'll get on to actually painting the ship up and then putting all the details on it for my guys. So that's how it's going to be done. Trouble is, it's a bit like a plain kit, except you've got a lot of details. So I think the next thing to do now is actually make the actual cabin up. Now everything basically goes on this plate here, pretty much that sits onto the actual cabin there. Now I'm actually going to put the railings on and the steps onto there. I'm then going to proceed and make all this up, but I'm going to obviously not put the glass pieces in, but actually make the insides up and everything else, really. And that is how it's going to be. I'm not too sure about these side panels yet, or even actually the top floor of it, but that's the main aim, to get all that sorted and done with, really. Just having a quick look through. I think I might put this. You can't see it. Sorry. I might put this top bit on, and along with these side panels, but obviously not glue them to the deck. And then I'll probably do this piece here, which fits onto the front here, and then you got all the side panels and such. But apart from that, that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to leave all the details off until the last part, pretty much. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and build this up, and see how it fits, pretty much, because there's a lot of pieces going on there, guys. It's just a lot of time consuming work, pretty much. But that's really it. Yeah, I'm really liking this kit. It's just that problem of getting those two cabins on the edge there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, here we are. I did actually go a bit ahead and do some parts. I've got the actual funnel here, that's done. Most importantly, this top part has actually got its main structure all complete. And then of course we actually have the cabins all done. But that's really it, guys. That's where I'll leave it to. Pretty much now what we're going to do is we're going to start painting and then add the details later, pretty much. So that's my idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to prime the whole thing black, pretty much. Pretty much I want to give it a nice sea look, if you get what I mean. So obviously, as these Corvettes have been on the sea and that like for God knows how many months on end. So what I'm going to do is we've got a bit of black paint for now. I know it's not primer, but it doesn't exactly say that, does it? So just got some of that. Check airflow. It's nice. And we're just going to give the whole model across the top a nice paint layer, just to prime it, get all that detail out, and of course give it a base coat. And that is how it is. Okay, that was weird. Just finally kicked in. That's better. Oh, much better. Just all across the model like so. And that, guys, pretty much it. This is what I'm going to be doing for the next God knows how long. So of course you won't like this part. There we are. So, right, once this is done, we can actually get away and actually start making apron up, basically, and then, well, start paint apron up. This side, sorry, and that'll be it. So, let's go away and do this part of the model. Once this compressor actually wants to stop. Oh, it takes a while, doesn't it? Come on. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to go away and do that, and I'll come back once everything's done. Okay guys, here we are. Obviously everything is primed, so we can get started on the base colour. Right, so according to instructions, I think that is true. Let me just check. If we're not with buggers, yep, that is the right colour. We are using, as Revel states, 371. Now, it does say in the instructions that you should use this to 50% this colour and 50% white, but it kind of looks white enough, really. I know the Corvettes were kind of in a white grey, but I think too white and it'll be a bit, you know what I mean. So anyway, let's see how it looks. Full cup of this in. Let's see how we go. Of course, put the lid on if it's full like that. Always put the lid on. And of course, let's start kicking in. That, in all honesty, guys, like so, is not too bad at all. Just let that bit dry, that's kind of ruined it. It does kind of give it a nice off-white colour, well, off-grey colour, obviously because that's what we want. But really, I think it looks incredibly fine, don't you? I think I'm just going to stick with the original colour. Okay. Because obviously it'll be all weathered up later on during the process. Like that. Okay, so doing the back end here, and we'll start by leaving that side. Of course, we don't want to let this overheat like it did last time, this compressor. So just a nice coating over the top. Like that. Just top there. like so. And there we are, guys, just a quick coat over the top, just to get the right colour to start off with. Of course, get all that part underneath as well, like that. And there we are, so that's how it's looking at the minute. I'm not sure, I think the actual insides are actually the same colour as well. So just do that around the edges. And that, guys, is where I'm going to leave it, because it's going to be a bit boring me just rambling on. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just go paint this in the actual, just this base colour at the minute. And then once that's done, then we can actually get on with the other painting, such as all the camouflage patterns and such, and that will be our main achievement. So I just want to quickly show you before we do anything more. This is the process of the hull. Now I thought I had recorded this, but turned out it didn't yet again. So that's kind of annoying me, because I've really enjoyed this part, and I really enjoyed the colours that come out on this vessel. Pretty much it's said in the Revell colour chart that for the paints to use, I'll just stop rambling, to mix them with a bit of white, and that's what I kind of did. Just mix everything down, just to tone it down a bit of buff to see how it is. I think that's turned out a pretty decent and nice colour. So obviously on the, show you here, take this way, on the actual chart, this is how everything is. So obviously G was obviously a light blue colour. I suppose in a way that could have been a little more lighter, but I think the green is actually spot on, I reckon. But pretty much what I used was from the colour callouts was Revell 50 and Revell 369, which are very nice colours actually. So that shows that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the hull now, well, the whole red. And then once that's done, I'll varnish everything down just to get everything sorted and protect that layer of paint. But that's really what the process was. It was kind of difficult to really get, because how the red works, it comes here and then works its way down around the side, just how the boat is actually designed. So that was kind of weird, but there we are. So, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, spray the hull red, mask everything up first, spray the hull red, and then we'll see where we get on. But apart from that, this is the fun bit starting now. Alrighty then, so this actually, well, you see I've actually done the depth charges on the back here. Good, bad, yeah, they're okay. Just one thing did annoy me, how this one kind of wasn't in line as the other one, but not much I can do about that now, because I just ruin it if I try and move it, but there you are, that's how it is. So pretty much what I did was, I made all the other tiny pieces and put them together, obviously, and put them on here. I just pretty much got so annoyed with trying to airbrush this paint. Don't know what it is, but white paint from Revell Aqua Colours just really does not mix with me, I'm afraid. So I just ended up brush painting it, and that's the best I could do. So with that, that's what I've done. And pretty much it's just a habit of putting all the parts and that lot in the actual correct area. So obviously just taking these small bits off. I'm going to start off with these, or this, I can't remember I'm tempted to say it's part of the anchorage support. I don't know actually what they're called. So anyhow, there's a lot there. Is there a particular way they go on? No, it just says put them on. Just put some glue in the holes here. So yeah, I'm pretty much working from stern to bow, if you understand what I mean. Obviously, in ship terms, that's pretty much obviously means back to front. Typical me. And why is that not coming out? I hate these. Oh, now it decides to work. Like so. Okay, let's try to ping these off. Okay, so that one is in there. And that one in there. Just like so. Just like so, as they say. Okay, so these other ones, tiny little ones. Where do they go? Okay, they go in the two small holes here. So as you can tell, guys, it's much easier to put the smallest parts in first. And can work, obviously, together, so to speak. Can we need more glue out? Bit there, just misplaced it a bit. You guys are thinking, what? Just get on with it. I am trying to see, making the ship does take up a lot of space and time, much more than what I thought it would do. That one, ooh, one there. Like so. Okay, now we've got some kind of hatch which fits onto there. Same again, that fits like so. Like that. Okay, so now it's just these two. Oh well, the 3 cylinders that sit on top of the depth charges. I'm not sure what they actually do, but I suppose they do something. I'm so good at knowing these shit parts, aren't I? Right, okay, so apparently that one how does that fit on? How does that fit on then? So okay, so that's a good question. How does that sit on? It's actually pretty difficult. Apparently that sits on top like that. Apparently so. That is true, yep, that sits on top of that part. Just a tiny like so. Why have I got shaky hands? You always trying to put a tiny little piece in. It ends up going so wrong, just with the slightest of movement. See what I mean? Like that. Okie dokie. Right, so that one's on, finally. That bit and that bit, like so. Great. There we are, guys. Right, just checking that's level. Is it? Is it really? I suppose that's the best I can do. Okay. It's all fun and games. Right, so that's most of the back done on that. I'm happy with that actually. It's a lot of detail going there. So I guess it's just the last little details, like we got some kind of cylinders fit onto the back, some levers, and then that's it then. I can actually work on the side depth charges, which run along the side here. And then that's it then really, just work then on the upper surface there. Okay, I suppose I better crack on and do something then, as always.